Hello everybody and welcome back to the B.G.P.D. My name is Ben and today we're going to be looking at the first level that you're going to come across in the Backrooms. That is of course the very famous level 0. This level is what made the Backrooms super famous. It all started from a 4chan post back in 2019 with the caption, "If you no-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms where it's something with a stink of old moist carpet, madness of mono yellow, endless background fluorescent lights, blah blah blah." So that post took off, and then immediately everyone started hopping on the trend. There was new levels, new cannons. This is when new stories were starting to be created from this. But one thing remained constant through all of them, and that was level 0. So how do you get there? Well, to get there, you have to no-clip out of the bounds of reality, which is normally, I've already went over it in my last video, so I will put that in the recommended and also in the description. That's basically the only entrance that is needed to level 0, because once you're out of level 0, I really don't know why you would want to go back. This place sucks. One of the first anomalous properties that we're going to be talking about is the alone property. So alone is basically a property where you cannot see, hear, or feel another wanderer, even if they are in the exact same position as you. So you could be in the exact same geographical position, but it would still seem like no one is around. It's constant isolation, and it's all because of the level's properties. So there could still be other people in there, and also, this is very important to know, because level 0, you will go insane and have hallucinations really, really fast. So anything that you see or hear, do not be afraid. It's not real, not even if it's a monster. Other people, life forms, anything. It's all just in your head. Here's another interesting misconception. Level 0 is not just like a maze. Level 0 is like a ton of random sized architecture. Some of the hallways could be really short, some of the hallways could be really tall. Generally they're about 7 feet tall, but there's always hallways like big rooms that go taller, and all the lights are randomly segmented. So if you have OCD, you're gonna have a really bad time looking at the ceiling. Also, there's a ton of chairs, TVs, security cameras, just like the stuff on the screen right now, that's just scattered everywhere through the level. So, most of the level is barren, but eventually you'll come across, really weird looking chairs, just some random TVs, furniture, even though it serves, no purpose. There's also, windows, but the windows don't actually lead anywhere. You're just gonna look through them to the wallpaper, So one really important thing to memorize in level 0 is non-Euclidean geometry. This is why the level cannot be mapped accurately. So, let's say you're at the beginning of a long hallway. To get to the end of the hallway, it could possibly just take 2 seconds, but to get to the side of the hallway, it could take 2 years. This is because in level 0, the perception of distance really means nothing. You could think that you're super close to something, but it could be light years away. So how you navigate without being slowed down the most is you have to keep your eyes on something, and if it doesn't seem like it's getting any closer after a little bit of walking, just change directions. It's not worth it. You could be walking in place for 2 years. The cool thing is it seems like you're walking at a normal pace. If you look down, your feet are going at a normal speed, but it's really not going to. It's like video game slowness, right? And video game speed in the other case. Also, second thing, if you look away from a specific area, you could just be in a completely different area when you look back. No geography is permanent here. It isn't really changing constantly, it's that your position is changing constantly, and not changing in a way that's intentional for you. It's just innately rotating constantly on another dimensional plane. Alright, so before we get to the exits portion of the video, let's talk about sublevels. Sublevels of the Backrooms are sub-areas inside of the Backrooms, but they all have their own entrances and exits that you can no-clip into. So they're kind of considered different levels, but not really, because they're all stemming from the original level. So we don't give them their own directories, they all have just subdirectories inside of the main one. So there's 2 big sublevels in level 0 that I want to talk about, and they are really important that you know about. First of all, there's the Red Room. Now, this is used for a lot of clickbait YouTube thumbnails, but it is very, very, very dangerous. It's not because of what's inside of it, it's because once you go into the Red Rooms, there's no exit. So you're just gonna starve there. You're cooked, buddy. There's no way out. Just accept your fate. But what you shouldn't do is accept your fate once you see red lights in the distance. There's still a chance. Just walk away, forget you saw them. Because you go in there, you look back, it's all red. There's no getting out. So you're just gonna starve to death, go insane. It's really not a fun time. Do not go to any red hallways. It's very bad for your health. Second of all, we got the Manila Room. The Manila Room is very, very important because it's the only place in the entirety of level 0 where you can see another Wanderer. So it's constant. It's constant space, unlike the non-Euclidean geometry of the rest of level 0. So you go inside, you can see notes and stuff left by other people. And this is where the biggest group of the Backrooms, called the MEG, this is where they lay all their papers and stuff, and they like show the new people like what the Backrooms is and how to get out of level 0. So like I already said, you can get into the red rooms by following red lights, and eventually everything will turn into red, including the wallpaper. Do not go there. There's no exit. Already said that. The Manila Room, if you walk for a long time in the same direction, eventually you'll fall through the floor, no clip style, and you'll end up in the small Manila Room with other Wanderers. Now that we've talked about the sublevels, let's talk about entrances and exits. So, entrances to level 0. Entrances, really, the main one that you should be concerned about is no clipping out of the front rooms and just ending up here. The other ones, there's some from the sub-levels, of course. You can get back to the main level. There's the hub, Zenith Station, all the levels that you can access literally every level from. And sometimes failed no clipping, which is just by chance, will just leave you back here, which kind of sucks because if you've made it pretty far in the back rooms and then all of a sudden you fail at a no clip, get sent back to level 0, pretty unfortunate. Now, exits. This is the big part. The biggest exit that you should be concerned with is the exit to level 1. Eventually, if you walk for long enough and don't no clip into the Manila Room, you'll find a staircase. This staircase will lead you straight to level 1. And that's the next video that we're going to go over. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this explanation, and I'll see you guys next time.